I'm not sure. Okay, over there is the dossier for this area, the lore. So we're gonna make our way, and we're gonna kill everything on this area before we go into the, But the sun has risen, which means
The
we'll...
Empire is
No, what I
everywhere.
was looking
See
for
your
was the word
opponents for what they
Duscae.
are. Haste is the bane of strategy.
Was the dude who also carried the Caduceus, I think. But anyway, Caduceus.
Okay. So this is one of their,
Or has
fighting
clearly never let
megabots.
Forge as patent.
Yeah.
Say, Marshall. How about you show us how it's done?
No wimping out. Let's move.
I'm looking for... Oh, I just realized something. Prompto is at a disadvantage using this gun. I'm gonna switch him back to the handgun. I also should make another fire spell. Give me 50 potency, and then that's not what I want.
I didn't notice you used up all your flash.
There we are. Give... Poison. Cast fire up to 3 times.
When in doubt, burn them out.
Okay. Equip onto me. Try gas. Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Hard and fast.
Okay.
Marshall.
He one-shots it.
You'll get there with the experience.
Beautiful.
You all right, Highness? Of course. And you, Marshal? No problem.
Demon DM says, "Hey, Cor, go kill this thing for me." Yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is probably the true reason why they didn't allow Cord to be the 5th party member.
Yeah.
Not the time for horseplay.
My hand slipped.
Hello? Friends? Friends? The game is glitching right now. They're not registered. This is... Okay, well, it's time to look at MT models. Hi, you're very tall. They have the same dagger symbol on their arm, see? So these are clones that are infected with Scourge and then put into armor.
Please note that they are much taller than Prompto.
Well, the Axemen are taller than most of the other MTs as well. And then they have these green masks on them. They walk like Prompto. And then they have these backpacks on. I wonder if that's how they give the
kind of like a marionette.
But they also have like pouches on their side. It's the boots. Yeah. But they've replaced their arms. Do you see that? And in the movie, we see one of the MTs that are an infiltrator literally just Mega Man their arm and fire, like it goes from like a hand to a gun. So that means that they've cut off these clones' forearms and replaced them with machines, which is horrifying to think about.
They cut off the people's their legs to make them taller.
But their legs still seem to be there, and so does everything else. This is actually a really good opportunity. And then you see that over their heart. That's their Magitech core, which is what powers them, sort of. I've never had this happen before. Yeah. I never noticed that they had, like, a collar, either. They're looking at me. Do you see that? Like... They have programming in them to look at me whenever I get close to them, and he just looked at Ignis. And now he's looking at Cor. Okay, well, I'm not gonna kill these guys if they're not gonna wait to attack us. Thank you for... I'm being called out. Demon 22 says it's my OCs. Maybe.
Are there 9 of them? Not including Prompto.
In my fanfiction, it very specifically, Prompto has brothers that are also only lightly augmented, MTs that Arden and Percival raise as kids. Okay, if they're not registering us as enemies, I guess we just keep going? I've never had this happen. It's very interesting. I believe, where is that dossier? It's somewhere around here. Is it up here? Here it is. Keycatrach Trench. So this is this area. Though nary a trace of its rich past remains, Keycatrach was once a residential area, home to the Lucian rich and famous. Under the wall's protection, the town flourished as an intercontinental trading post, where the global currency known as Gil was circulating. Those glory days came to a screeching halt, however, with the advent of the Great War. The wall's scope was scaled back due to imperial encroachment, and the town of Keycatrach was razed by the flames of war. Within a short matter of months, the entire city had turned to ash, leaving only the trenches behind. Now the founder's king statue stands alone, a somber reminder of the town's tragic past. So there's a statue around here? Is that what it's saying? But yeah, so this was a rich neighborhood for Lucian traders and merchants. Oh, there he is.
That's famous. There might have been actors here too.
There it is. So that's supposed to be the founder of Lucius. So it looks nothing like his office.
Clearly some this did not age gracefully.
Yeah. Demon 22 says, did they ever explain why the boys did not have Gil at the start? You would think that someone would be like, our money doesn't work there. There's specific dialogue at the beginning that has prompter going, what's a gill? And it is said in the art books that Insomnia uses yen as currency, while the rest of the world uses gil. So this
also,
would have been
another dialogue.
This would have been at one point the exchange center where you could come and trade things, and it would have been gil versus yen and stuff like that. There are probably banks inside Insomnia who do that, but the boys did not do that before starting their journey, because
Actually, there was a dialogue where Agnes states that the reason they didn't have money is because they spent it all on repairing the regalia.
Yep.
So it's implied that Agnes did do the exchange of currency, it's just that they ended up blowing all of it on repairing regalia.
Yeah, Sid took all their money. And it was gil, so they did it, or maybe he just took it as yen, either or. He was gonna fix the card. There's another robot we have to go fight over there, so let's go fight him. Are you guys going to be friendly? Are you guys going to be friendly?
I hope so.
What is this happening? Is this going to be friendly?
A Magitech armor. Dangerous? This particular model poses a mild to moderate threat.
The short version?
Somewhat dangerous.
Marshall, you'd have to be pretty badass to take that down, right?
Think you're up to it? Let's see what you can do.
What is going on? Why is it...
Okay, they'll probably go
wait, now we're in the fight. Or not. Now you've noticed me. Good. I've had that glitch happen sometimes where it takes me out of the battle, but usually the things will still attack me or the other members of my party. Oh, no, there's two of them. We gotta level up scanning. You know what we're gonna do? Oh, my Steam page came up. We're going to equip on Noctis. We just got this really awesome family heirloom. If my game will let me. The Sword of the Wise
doesn't slowly tap the life out of you at all.
Yep. A king built a mighty wall and protected the realm. This was once his sword. It devastates foes with preemptive warp strikes.
For a wise man, he did invent the xenophobia.
Marshall!
I wasn't targeting.
It's doing its best, demon.
You're an evidence about now.
Save the coffee for later.
Something to look forward to.
Life's a little easier with Cor around.
Don't get used to it.
Someone just hit me
I'll
in
be
the
gone
back?
before you know it.
I'll enjoy it while I can.
The enemy was dead, and I turned around and walked away from it, and I think Gladio just hit me. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna attack MTs that are friendly. Because they are...
The point of addiction is that it is always the time to indulge in your addiction.
Yeah.
Wow, the color's amazing.
Time to scrounge for some items before going in. Items!
So shiny.
So, the Sword of the Wise, the first tomb you get here, so that is one of Noctis's ancestors, and they're the ones who came up with the magical wall that protects
the new
people
wall
from
or the
demons.
old wall?
I don't like the look of those numbers.
Numbers alone
there's
don't
two
decide a
walls.
battle. What you lack in numbers, you make up for in tactics.
Oh yeah. So if you come into this area and you just cut straight across here to the tomb, they put these guys in front of it. The smaller ones aren't so much of a big issue, but that guy is like level 32. So that keeps you from just cutting through. Because the,
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure they put a coral somewhere on here anyway.
let's...
The bigger they are, the harder.
You should know.
Yeah! Here goes nothing! Yeah! This doesn't look too good.
Bring it on.
Marshal!
Not bad, Marshal.
You'll get there with experience.
I'm trying to lock on.
Pathetic.
It's an eat or be eaten.
I
Lots
say
and lots
east.
of experience.
Let's dig in,
Why
shall
am I
we?
not warping? I'm locked onto that thing. I'm on this to check for warping.
Marshal!
You'll get there with experience.
One false move and we're done for. We can tell the
Why does it not on fire?
That's it.
What's up,
It just
Iggy?
does not
I've
show
come
up as
up
an
with a
icon.
new recipe.
Can't wait to try it.
He looks so proud of himself. Sorry, what was that? I can't really hear you whenever the battle music's going on.
Briefly, when everyone caught on fire, Cole was the only one without a fire icon.
Exactly. He's immune to it. And I do have the immunity bangle equipped. I should have equipped it at least, because if they give it to us, we might as well use it. Yeah, Ring of Resistance. A piece of protective jewelry that renders the entire party impervious to magical friendly fire. They added that in the, in one of the DLC expansions, and if you get the Royal Edition or the Arden Edition, you get that as part of your gear. Specifically because one of the reasons why people stop using magic so early is because of friendly fire. Right? And so it discourages people to use the magic, and they realized that was a thing, so they were like, we're just gonna give that to people at the start. You see that area over there? I'm smelling loot. Ah, here we are. Royal power emanates from the statue of the founder king.
Huh.
So that's not the Founder King there. This is the Founder King. So who's that a statue?
Be special to the Royal Edition.
Demon DM says in her fanfiction, she can't hurt others affected by the bonds of the armored or via magic. Lol. Yes, that's something that that's exactly why they added that item in the game. Is because they're your friends, and you feel really you get really attached to them, and then you feel really guilty whenever you electrocute them.
Yeah. I actually find it hilarious. They do look funny noises.
Yep, so this is the image of Somnus, who is Arden's little brother, and also the Founder King of Lucis. He's got, like, moth antennae.
I would imagine that's no boss.
I imagine it's the armor. But you do see his statue in Kingsglaive.
He was there all along.
Let's see if we can do this.
Yes, Omnis is between like Noctis.
Okay. We gotta practice this for videos. Why didn't it go through? That's hard. There's like an extended jump if you jump and attack with daggers. Bioblaster. Well. Hunter. You now have a Bioblaster. Turn people into frogs. Yeah.
Here's
Also,
where we
it's a
go our
statue.
separate ways. Take this key. It unlocks the doors to the other tombs. Seek them out and lay claim to the power they hold. You'll need it.
And what will you do?
Keep an eye on the Nifs. Find out what they're up to. But you should focus on your own task.
Wait, we never
Showtime.
touched it.
I will. You take care.
What was that, Hurry?
We never tested on whether or not we could have
Have what?
Cor sleep in a haven camp.
You can't, because there's not you're restricted to this area specifically. There is
Oh,
a way.
man.
There used to be a way you could break the game with your second mission with him, where you could get him in your party permanently, but they have since patched that, and now you can get Argon. And I believe they also patched Ariana, but most people just use mods to get them in their party these days. But it is possible.
Illuminate! You're such a
Fair
nerd.
enough.
There
Oh,
we go.
Demon asks
Keep it
why
real,
Cor has the key.
So these are the trenches
Huh?
that were
Look,
built during the
there's a
Great
door.
War.
What is this place?
It appears to have been a shelter.
People lived here?
Those seeking refuge from war, most likely.
Wars. Huh. What are they good for? Wonder if anyone's still living here.
Okay, so these are the trenches that were built during the Great War, around when Regis was 20 or so. The people living in Keycatrach built these trenches in order to keep themselves safe
Okay.
from the Niflheim people, and then they were used as, refugees and also tunnels. Since then, they have been repurposed by the Niflheim, who have taken over the area. I imagine at the beginning this was a mine, and then they just repurposed the mine. See, these are probably the sandbags the Lucians used, and then the Niflheim people have just set them all aside, because they don't need them.
Free sand.
Huh. What's this? A cable? Wonder where it leads.
Well, we can follow it and see.
A generator?
So it would appear.
Might still run. Start her up. Sweet, it works!
Oh, then there was light.
Oh man, I do love me some light.
So the Niflheim people here installed some lights. I imagine the Lucians had them in some capacity as well. But these beer bottles indicate that, you know, people probably come down here to escape the heat, because it's typically very...
Don't like the look of that ceiling.
Yeah, long overdue for some TLC.
Sure, hope it holds up.
This just leads back to the generator. But there's an item. Electrolytic condenser.
What was that?
My bad. Kick the can.
You are killing me here, big guy. Are you trying to give me a heart attack or something?
Cursing vermin. Yes, Cor said that the key will open all the tombs, so I imagine it was given to him by Regis to pass on to Noctis. That is exactly the case. But also, what is the case is that you remember whenever we went up to the mines 2 weeks ago, and the Sonya model was there saying, gee, it sure would be bad to go to this dungeon and get all the way to the bottom and not have a key. This is the key she was talking about. Yeah. Yeah, Gladio likes messing with people as well.
He is a troll.
So in the one dungeon you can get to where the key is important, you actually can't get into the bottom of the dungeon without this key.
Ugh, I hate that noise.
That's
What, too
probably
atmospheric for
why he wasn't. Oh, that's probably why the samurai dude got dropped in there.
Whoa.
If it's all the same to you guys, I'd rather not get buried alive.
Yeah, let us be quick.
Don't worry, guys, you have plot armor.
Yeah, look, see, there was a brick wall here, right? And then this caved in, and so they started to dig this out to get around the cave-in. But they had to break down this wall to do it. What's that on the wall there? That looks like a speaker. It's not a light. But it is electric.
Yeah, that might be a speaker. Or ventilation.
I can feel eyes on us. The second we turn our backs...
No, that's not a
Bam!
Forward, so it's probably not ventilation.
And then here's where another cave-in was. Gracing says it might be a breaker box. It could be a breaker box.
Another locked door.
What's up with this place?
Demon has
Hello?
a head cannon that pumpers forces move
Anybody
to
home?
demonic activity.
Coming in.
Honestly, that makes sense.
Ever wonder if people, like, died here and their tormented souls just sorta remained behind?
I like how Prompto freaks himself out.
Maybe this way?
There are bugs.
What is it?
I don't know.
Whatever it
His own
is,
hype man.
it's playing with us.
Hey,
I did that hype
wait.
team, Mom.
Need to brace for this. Okay, I'm gonna count to 3. On 3, you open the door. Got it? All right. Okay, here I go. 1, 2, 3. Huh? You're not gonna...
Yeah, not feeling it.
There's actually something I want to talk about in this room. First of all, more sandbags that have been rearranged. Can I break these boxes? No? Okay. More bottles and what looks like
It came from there.
food provisions. This thing here. This has elemental energy in it. It has elemental ice energy in it. These tubes are incredibly interesting to me. Because these tunnels have been repurposed by the Niflheim people. But this could also be a Lucian thing. There are ways in this world for people to harness the elemental nodes that we find around the havens that give you ice, fire, and electric energy. And I find that incredibly interesting because you take one of these tubes, you fill it with ice energy, and then you could probably use it to freeze food or run an AC or things along those lines. If you have a fire tube, you could probably use it to heat food or an area or, power some sort of generator. And the same thing with electrical energy. This means that Noctis is not the only one who can harness the elemental energy. And I find that really interesting from a world building perspective. Nyx did use magic to cook something in the movie. He used fire to warm himself, but you also have to understand, Nyx is an exception. He has magic. King Rhaegus has shared part of his soul with all of his glaives, and they use Rhaegus's magic.
And it's implied that Nyx has an unprecedented amount of control over the magic that was given to him as well.
Nyx also was really compatible as well with it. But we'll see one of these...
Locked. Total shocker.
Hey, if something's worth locking up...
It's worth seeking out.
Yeah, so I find that very
What is it
interesting
now?
from a world building perspective. We can go deeper. Actually, let's... Can I run? Can you guys stop creeping around? Yeah.
Huh?
Back here.
What is it?
That wasn't there before.
Thing I need now.
Eyes peeled.
Goblins!
Mouth closed. Say your prayers.
Hey,
Who's silent? Didn't mean to do that. Nothing to it.
lots of goobers.
Yeah. Cursing Vermin says, I think it's supposed to imply that Noct and the royal family can naturally channel this magic found in the world, but everyone else needs special equipment or technology to do so safely. That is exactly the case. Is that Noctis can naturally channel. He can absorb a certain amount of elemental power and then hold on to it.
Nope.
Bikini Bro.
Yes.
Colby demands that the bio break.
I think that just means he's coming in for a break. Howdy, Toby. Good to see you. We're in the first dungeon of the game.
First time through here, right?
Looks it.
But anyway,
All the
I
other
do
characters think I'm
remember
lost.
that there is a character, I think he was, no, I think it was, she was, like, Dave's aunt, who can make potions that can enhance the, haven of the Oracle.
A dead end.
I could have sworn this was it.
Well,
Somebody, turn on a light.
I'm going all out.
just don't get too carried.
So it's like so they're like
Nice guy.
an interesting progression of technology.
Here I am.
Harness so intuitively and naturally like teams of Lucis. And I think that's really
Hey, Ignis, instructions.
awesome. I imagine seeing that potions probably taste similar to their base, but I don't know, more ozone-y.
That's an interesting
Generator.
idea.
Must have died, huh?
Well, just gotta keep moving.
Or we could go back and turn it on.
Oh,
Cursing Vermin says that they got anxiety from the dungeon. Not a lot, still.
This would be a very scary place to be in real life. Like, the walls were collapsing in on us while we were fighting those goblins. Because they specifically lead you to dangerous areas, leave items, and then jump you.
sweet, it works.
Oh,
Then there was light.
Oh
They
man,
want
I
you
do
to
love me
join
some
them.
light.
Yep. I watched Cursing Vermin go through this dungeon for the first time.
I did not.
Right, so the goblins were kind enough to open this door for us.
place to lurk if I've ever seen one.
Oh, totally.
Yep. So they're trying to lead us into ambushes. Look, see, this one has electrical energy in it. And even the, like, little animation inside of it is different.
It's all sparky.
Yeah. Are you guys not gonna jump us? Hello, demons.
I guess they want you to
Yeah, see,
go
this is
further in
exactly
and
what
jump
they do. Is they leave stuff at the end of tunnels. You go to pick it up, and then you turn around, and then they'll typically fight you. Something that really adds to the atmosphere of this dungeon, and this game really, is that there are points where Noct just refuses to run ahead. He's refusing to just jog forward right now. Which, the game makes you be cautious, which adds to the atmosphere.
As far as
It's
the
safe,
character's
I know.
personality,
Hey, didn't we already?
Must say, I'm amazed.
What can I say?
They just kicked down the door?
The demons did.
Onward. Yep.
How kind of them.
And then here we are again. This is the frost area. See, the frost has sort of this like blue sparkly energy. So this goes down. If we go through here...
I wonder how much insulation those tubes have. Like, if I touch it, will I feel very, very cold?
Yeah, that's a good question. And then, like, would you get electrocuted for touching the,
Or at the very least, static.
anxiety-inducing? Anyone with claustrophobia, turn away now. I always see those gaps and see Noctis go through them, and then I just like, how does Gladio fit through them?
Like I imagine he does it one chit at a time.
Exactly.
Steven says that Gladio goes through it like the Kool-Aid Man.
See, now the walls are starting to look a little different. They're plastered instead of just exposed brick.
A bit more cared for.
That's the way forward, so we're not going to go that way. We're going to go back and explore. Let's back this way. Oh, this is where the generator is. No, we just walked through this area. We need to come up here and take a right.
I would be so lost.
Different door.
I'm already
same
lost.
story.
I just looked
No
at the
luck
map
here
and I'm
either.
lost.
This is the map here. And we're only on the first floor. So up here is where the generator is. This is the loop that the demons sent us down in. This is the way forward. This is a way forward. So we need to go into this small cubby here. And then we'll go here to the right hand side. Into here.
Nice. Good one. Knocked to rules.
No big deal.
Watch the enemy's movements. Don't.
Yep, right. Got it.
Room to swing a sword in here.
Just don't hit me.
None the worse for wear.
Yep. Here's the second generator.
Baby light.
Yes. Cursing vermin, the goblins will actively steal from you while you are fighting them. And I find that is hilarious. Because if I added goblins into a game, I would expect nothing less. Okay, so this is a room forward here.
Wait, hear that?
Here's the fire one. See, and whenever you fully absorb it, it goes dead. Yeah, so this is where people were living whenever they were trying to avoid the Niflheim people. This is like some sort of shower or barracks. These are bunk beds here. Or shelves. Yeah, these are probably shelves. And then there are propane, what looks like propane bottles here.
Propane and propane accessories.
Yeah. Right. And then I believe this is some showers in here. Yeah, look, there are lockers, and then there are showers.
Nothing.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugliest things I've ever seen.
Ooh.
I don't want to go anywhere near them.
I don't even want to look at them.
Something I noticed that's probably just a gameplay thing, but
Game's up.
Oh, spider.
Let me scan you. Guns. Or daggers. Okay.
Knocked. Try to hit him from behind.
That's interesting. Look at that. Whenever they do their little flip, they use electricity as their webs.
Ooh, this looks promising.
That probably is a weird foreshadowing that they are of the Earth. They are a national flag, albeit not
Yeah.
particularly
Ah, they killed him.
All right, you hate bugs.
Me? Yeah, can't stand them.
Same here. Icky.
I hate spiders in real life, just so you guys are aware. So if we ever fight like a big spider thing and I'm like off in a corner, that's because I hate spiders. Auto crossbow.
Oh, yeah, Wait, when you were playing Lethal Company, did you have the arachnophobia thing on?
I do, and it's 8 times worse. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Lethal Company has an arachnophobia mode because it has a very nasty looking spider in it. But all it does is it takes away the model of the spider, and all you see is floating red text that says spider. And for some reason that is 80 times worse than actually seeing the spider. But it's a very Lethal Company thing to do. It's like, oh, are you scared of spiders? Here, you don't need to look at the spider. You just need to imagine the horrors.
Oh boy. Maybe you should saute the horrors. I hear spiders are full of protein.
Yep, I think there's a spider boss in here.
Let's give the orders this time.
Yeah.
Just keep it short.
And
Ugh.
simple.
It's an arachne. Look at her feet.
And then have the word aggressively
it's the
start
worst.
going at you. Oh, hey! Spider lady.
Yeah. So she actually is weak to machines and fire. So if we come here,
Oh,
we
how
just got a
cool.
piece of gear. I gave it to Prompto, but I could put on the Bio Blaster. So this is a auto crossbow, machinery that unleashes a powerful shockwave and fires bolts. So this is
Even to not share your opinion on Spider Lady.
Not good to throw daggers in the dark.
Be nice to brighten things up in here.
Watch out!
I love her little, peacock little dress thing. Like, I wonder if they took that inspiration from the peacock fighter.
Agnes!
Oh, I meant to do Gladio.
We've got him on the ropes now.
Yeah, spiders also look cool.
Yeah, see, she just used electricity as stuff as well. I need tea. I need a high potion.
Yeah, and instead of having it be blue like Noctis's,
Yeah, so the way she works is you're supposed to use the blaster here to stun her, and then
It's over.
fight her with a greatsword.
All right,
Oh, she's
we're
stuck.
done here.
Because they give you that item afterwards. But I'm gonna give that to Prompt. Because I
don't have his gun.
It works kind of like a shotgun, but I'm not interested in having a shotgun.
Huh.
But yeah, the fact that the lightning is purple instead of blue like Noctis's implies a distortion, which we talked about is, like, demons are basically corrupted souls, right?
Yeah. This is where we were before. That's opening a shortcut.
That's weird.
The hell?
Yeah. So imagine you're digging in a mine, and then that mine becomes a refugee for people trying to avoid the war, right? They start using it as trenches to keep safe. Right? And then imagine you're digging deeper and you find this.
Oh boy. Though, it might be because that they knew like, maybe they knew the King's Tomb was there from the beginning, and because they knew it was there, they thought it would give them protection.
No, because Cor specifically says they found something in the tunnels. So that means they dug out this mine how many years ago? And
during the Great War,
the king at the time decided to build his tomb at the bottom. And then they rediscovered it.
There might have been it might have collapsed, and then when they were, like, digging it up again, they cleared out the rubble and rediscovered it.
Yeah, they rediscovered it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Demon, what do you mean the dialogue overlapping? Okay. So this is the royal tomb. All the royal tombs are set up to look pretty much the same. You have 4 figures here with shields on either side, and they have shields and swords. Right?
It must be their crown's guard.
Maybe. And then you have one figure up here who is a woman who I imagine is supposed to represent the Oracle, or perhaps Etros. Etros in Final Fantasy 15 is the goddess of the dead, sort of thing. She like overlooks death, and she was originally supposed to be very big for this game, because she's very big in Final Fantasy 13, and this was originally supposed to be an extension of Final Fantasy 13.
Could you look closer at the crosses, see if there's any more detailing on them, like the symbols on their sides?
Yeah. Let me see. I can't use items in the tomb. What?
What?
Yeah, that's sort of.
I was hoping to tell if those were like just weapons or just an X.
I think, if anything, they might look like arrows. But so originally, if you look at the Final Fantasy 13 trailers, Etro was originally supposed to be guiding you to souls of the dead, and then you were supposed to collect them. There was like some sort of light coming down from the heavens that you were supposed to follow, that Stella describes. But all of that changed, and all of the tombs also seem to have the same figure inside of them, which is the statue of a man holding whatever weapon you are to get. And then there's this box over here. So I imagine the king's ashes are actually in this box in some capacity.
Gotta love the cremation.
Yeah. And this is not actually like a coffin or anything. I'm trying to get
skinny for a coffin.
There's also this
Unless
box
you're
here. So
I just had thought they just like did a hand solo with the bodies. They probably can't do that. Maybe. But then again, petrification is a thing.
So, Noct borrows the old king's powers.
More or less. At this rate, he'll soon rival his father's legacy.
The copycat king. Out of line.
Well, what's it like?
Like I've got some tricks up my sleeve.
No need to put on a magic show for us.
But it never hurt to practice.
Yeah, cursing vermin. The fact that he keeps getting stabbed by the royal arms does seem to be foreshadowing to his ultimate fate.
we come down here to this area.
More shiny?
What's this?
What's what?
This supposed to keep us out?
Or keep something far more dangerous in.
Oh yeah. Oh,
No dice.
okay.
Won't budge.
For every lock, there exists a key.
Or like a magical key that can unlock any door. Like from the video games.
Or that.
No. So this is a sealed tomb. Later on in the game, whenever you sort of reach the end, it specifically says you specifically get the key for these. And you come back and there are special bosses in each of these tombs that you enter. And the lore is that Queen Sylvia, Luna's mother, and King Ragus sealed all of these demons away because they could not defeat them themselves. That they knew that only the King of Light would be able to defeat them in some capacity.
But the likelihood of you defeating them in the main game instead of after the main game is very low.
Well, it's gameplay. It means at the end of the game, you can take the time, go back, revisit dungeons, and there's something new for you to do.
Also, like, it's assumed that after everything is said and done, all the demons are dead anyway, so you didn't actually have to fight them. Probably. I hope so.
This is actually the way we go. I'm gonna go here.
It would be really messed up if it turned out that Noctis killed all the demons except the ones locked up in the dungeon. But it doesn't matter because you have time traveling powers, Shiva.
I actually don't think he time travels. I think he literally just goes back into his memories and dreams. But that's my personal interpretation of it.
Either way, gameplay.
Yeah. It's more for gameplay. It gives you a reason to go back and visit areas. And the dungeons actually sometimes change just a little bit. See, now Noctis is not running anymore, because this is not an area we went into previously.
So he's
above us.
So he's more cautious in new areas and less cautious in areas he's already explored. Shiny.
I took a boulder to the head for an ether.
Oh god.
Okay. And that's all the dungeon. One thing I love about this game that most other games don't let you do is at any point after you defeat the dungeon, you can just return to the entrance of it.